Hello and welcome to the next part of the Let's Learn Victoria. Today we'll be talking about population, which as you can see is a bunch of statistics. And I do mean a bunch, look at this. There's so many. But we can use these to our advantage to create the best country we can. And I'm going to teach you how. Now first I'm going to look at this main panel here. And as you can see here, total number of people in our, not just our country but also our sort of other owned places across the world. So all these places count. You can see we've got 111,000 there. But yeah, that's our total number of people, and this is the net people that enter or leave our country per day. So it can be negative, but right now 2.05 thousand people are added to our entire population per day. And next is national focuses, which will make more sense when we go into population. But for right now, I'll just show you a quick one. So this is not just on a province, it affects a region, which you can see here. These are the regions of the world. So if I put one here, it also affects here and here. But let's just see, we have two national focuses we can set. And a national focus will basically push something to happen in a region. So you can see here, we can attract immigrants. Migrants are 20% more likely to choose this region. Capitalists, 50% more likely to build railroads. But what is very important is promotion. So we can encourage people who live in this region to become a certain job type. We can also encourage the textile industry, so we can make people want these things more. We can also do party loyalty, so we can make people more loyal towards a certain party. And all these are very, very useful for what we want to do. So let's take into account right now that we only have a maximum of 62 brigades in our army. Well, how do we fix that, do you ask? Do we increase our military spending so more people join? Do we tax soldiers less so they'll join? Do we spend more on military? Well, yes, and yes. What we can also do is say, how many people are in this region? Let's find out. 123,000, 75,000. It's about 300,000. I want you to start becoming soldiers now. And you can see right here, this is a percentage of soldiers in this region. If I play, you'll see it goes up 4%. And it will keep going up all the time. 19%, 20%. And this number will rise because there are more soldiers we can use. Also means that more armies will be reinforced because there are more soldiers. So it's, national focuses are very important, and you can set 2. So I can also say, well, I want more factories in this region, so I want more capitalists to be around to build the factories. And then in this region, more capitalists will now build the factories there, and there'll be more capitalists. So that is national focus, and that's why they are one of the they can make your life a lot easier. And they're very important to remember to use. Always use up your national focuses. And I've talked about militancy and consciousness before, but militancy is how rebellious your people are. Consciousness is how much they know what's going on. And you can see there we get liberal agitation. But now into the beef of it, the population side. And this is basically all the statistics that you need. So, we can filter by pretty much everything. We can say people in Normandy who are bureaucrats, and there we go. And then it will take the way the population works is it will take a random generated sample of people and show you that sample. So you can see all the bureaucrats in Normandy. They are all Catholic. They're all in Caen because I picked Normandy. This is their consciousness, which is quite high. That's what it's going to change. That is their militancy. These are who they're going to vote for. This is the unemployment rate of them. This is their income daily. These are how many getting life needs, everyday needs, and luxury needs. And this is the monthly change of how literate they are, so they're going to literacy. So we don't need to worry about people in bureaucrats in Normandy. They're fine. But what about everyone else? We can see here soldiers in Normandy are only slightly getting their everyday needs. And while they are becoming more literate, they are also getting a little bit of militancy. And you can see we can just scroll down and look at everything. This is unemployment. There are 2 craftsmen in Caen that are unemployed because there are no factories there. So we need to try and fix that. But this is just basically, if there's a problem and you're not quite sure where it's coming from, it just lets you know. And this is this arrow here means population. You can see here everyday people are dying more than they're being born in Britannia. Why is that, you ask? Let's have a look. If I scroll down, not everyone is getting their everyday needs. Unemployment seems to be actually fine. It's people here. Just here. Craftsmen. And population is growing by -43 because it says 0% are unemployed, but right now it says seeking new employment. So perhaps looking for new jobs. And you can see the daily income right there is pretty bad. So we might want to lower the taxes a little bit for craftsmen. And hopefully that will solve our problem there. But all in all, population is just a very useful tool to just look at things. Like, say we St. Pierre, so we can check even colonial places like Algiers and see how they're doing. You can see people in Algiers are Sunni and a little bit Catholic. And just you can check everything you need to check. Just in general, you can see it also in Algiers. There are no capitalists, no clerks, no craftsmen, no labourers, and no slaves. Whereas somewhere like Normandy, there are craftsmen. And it just lets you check everything you need to check about everything. So that's why population can be a very useful tool if you use it right. Now, you can pretty much just ignore population and never use it except for national focuses. But if you do pay attention to it every now and then, it can become a very useful sort of search tool and query tool. So that covers it for population. I hope you've enjoyed this video. There'll be an annotation on screen right now to take you back to the last video. Otherwise, just stay with us and we'll go on to, like I said before, we're going to skip trade, but we're going to go on to diplomacy, and that's probably going to be probably a few parts, because there's quite a lot to it. But thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoy the rest of the series.